Nelson Mandela once said that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. But as we'll see today, when teaching strategies don't align with students' needs, education can sometimes feel like a barrier rather than something that's empowering. Good morning, my name is Hina, and together with Monique and Kate, we'll be presenting our support plan for Jamie, a Year 6 student from Vignet 2. I'll begin by setting the context and outlining the key research findings that frame our plan. Jamie is a capable student with strong interest in sustainability and community health, but over the past term, his engagement in social studies has dropped. Academically, he's struggling with the shift to inquiry-based learning, which demands more independence than he feels ready for. This has lowered his confidence and reduced his motivation. Socially, Jamie faces bullying related to both his early physical development and his outspoken environmental views. This teasing has made him feel excluded and hesitant to participate. So overall, Jamie's challenges are academic, motivational, and social, and they interact to reduce both his confidence and his willingness to engage. Research consistently shows that early puberty can increase the risk of peer victimization, social withdrawal, and a weaker academic self-concept. Jamie's experience of being teased for his early development fits this pattern. However, the literature also highlights the protective role of a supportive teacher-student relationships. When teachers provide reassurance and advocacy, they can buffer the negative effects of bullying and help sustain students' confidence. This suggests that Jamie's difficulties are not only biological, but deeply connected to his classroom context. Inquiry-based learning is grounded in constructivist theory and can promote curiosity, problem-solving, and collaboration. Research shows that guided inquiry where scaffolds are provided leads to gains in achievement and self-regulation. However, when inquiry is minimally guided, it places heavy demands on working memory and can overwhelm learners, especially those who lack the confidence or foundational strategies. This is exactly what we see in Jamie. Instead of being motivated, the open-ended structure has led to repeated failure and disencouragement. To understand Jamie's loss of motivation, we turn to Bunger's self-efficacy theory. Self-efficacy refers to a student's belief in their capabilities to succeed in a specific task. It's shaped by four main sources: mastery experiences, vicarious experiences, social persuasion, and emotional states. Jamie has had few mastery experiences in inquiry learning, and his peers' negative responses have undermined both vicarious learning and social persuasion. The result of low self-efficacy, which research shows leads to avoidance, reduced persistence, and underachievement. In adolescence, these beliefs are particularly influential as students are forming lasting perceptions of their abilities. Bullying plays a central role in Jamie's disengagement. Rigby explains bullying through a social, ecological lens where it is maintained by peer dynamics and classroom culture, not just individual behavior. We can also draw on social identity theory, which suggests that students who stand out from group norms are more vulnerable. Jamie's early puberty and strong environmental views make him appear different, which fuels peer victimization. Together, these theories highlight that bullying is not simply about individual conflict, but about the wider peer environment. Research shows that inclusive classrooms where strengths are recognized and valued can rebuild students' confidence and belonging. For Jamie, reframing his passion for sustainability as an asset could help shift peer perceptions and restore participation. So far, we've seen how developmental timing, teaching approaches, motivation, and bullying all interact in Jamie's case. Together, they highlight the need for scaffolded teaching, social-emotional support, and peer inclusion. These insights form the foundation of our support plan. I'll now hand it over to Monique, who will explain how specific pedagogical strategies can address these challenges in practice.
The inquiry-based learning approach implemented by the educator is shown to be the main academic challenge faced by Jamie. Although this teaching method has many benefits to improving student skills, it requires a high level of independence, and as we can see, is withdrawing Jamie from learning, influencing the feelings of being overwhelmed and disconnected. To address this, scaffolded learning and using explicit instruction are strategies that can assist in managing Jamie's motivation back into the classroom. This can be done by the educator breaking down learning objectives and demonstrating each step with direct instruction. The I do, we do, you do method is a common strategy that helps educators deliver explicit instruction. This is identified by the Australian Education Research Organisation, who explains that it is a valuable strategy for students to retrieve information effectively. In contrast to inquiry-based learning, explicit teaching combined with the I do, we do, you do approach is beneficial for all students, including Jamie, who are disconnected or struggling academically. The self-determination theory introduced by Desi and Ryan can help us understand Jamie's motivational challenges within the classroom. This theory explains how human functioning is developed when the psychological needs of autonomy, competence, and relatedness are satisfied. At the beginning, Jamie's motivation was largely intrinsic, where they enjoyed many topics in the social studies and sustainability areas where the interest drove their engagement. Though when inquiry learning was introduced, Jamie's sense of competence had dropped, strongly linking to a weaker self-efficacy. This directly undermines intrinsic motivation, which makes Jamie more reliant on extrinsic motivation rather than genuine enjoyment. To restore Jamie's motivation and boost self-efficacy, structured support is crucial in this process. The self-determination theory provides the basis for how strength-based approaches support students' learning. This can be an effective strategy to re-engage Jamie in the classroom. This process can focus on using Jamie's passions and talents to rebuild confidence and obtain a strong self-efficacy. For example, during an English lesson, students can write a letter to the local council, or Jamie could lead a group project or presentation with peers on reducing waste at school. These alternatives not only make these subjects meaningful, they also make it possible for Jamie to display their strengths to peers, fostering positive peer interaction and leadership. These examples focus on addressing Jamie's strengths, as well as drawing upon cross-curriculum priorities and key learning areas for improved learning and motivational outcomes. Building on the strength-based approaches, cooperative and peer learning can provide Jamie with both social and academic support. Cooperative learning, as identified by Gillies, is a pedagogical practice that promotes socialization. This is effective as it can encourage students to learn from each other while strengthening responsibility and inclusion. Structured group work can offer the right balance of peer connection and guidance for a student like Jamie, who has been isolated and less confident. Cited in Gillies' review, Johnson & Johnson suggests 5 essential components for preventing disputes and anticipating that students will collaborate right immediately across group work. According to a study that included these elements, Johnson & Johnson concluded that respect among participants was an advantage of group processing, which in turn led to increased commitment towards the group and acceptance of each child's norms. As an educator, it is important to scaffold the task and monitor group interactions to ensure Jamie is being included and staying motivated. In this way, cooperative learning can become more than a practice. It can help Jamie build relationships, be confident, and re-engage in learning. Jamie's social and emotional well-being is the final key area to address, especially in light of the bullying associated with their early pubertal timing. Social emotional learning provides a framework for helping students build empathy and respect for each person's differences. To make this practice effective, it's important for educators to consider the Castle 5. This framework covers 5 broad and interconnected domains of competence that can be taught and used in a variety of cultural contexts and developmental stages, from childhood to adulthood. In Jamie's case, the challenges of pubertal timing, bullying, and fall in academics all overlap. By holistically applying the Castle framework, we are able to respond to Jamie's needs through these levels at the same time. This means building confidence through the strength-based approach, creating classroom culture that promotes inclusivity to reduce bullying, and supporting their motivation and engagement with scaffolding and peer learning. Finally, this slide provides an overview of how social-emotional learning comes together with different aspects discussed previously, considering Jamie's difficulties and how different approaches can assist in overcoming them.
Highlighting innovative approaches can significantly enhance Jamie's learning experiences. Imagine a classroom transformed by gamification, where learners earn digital badges and track their progress with interactive charts, fostering a sense of achievement and engagement. Digital storytelling empowers students like Jamie to creatively express their experiences, enriching their language skills while strengthening their social identity. Incorporating mindfulness activities such as daily breathing exercises can help manage emotions and reduce stress, contributing to a more focused learning environment. Additionally, restorative practice circles provide a vital space for addressing bullying and promoting empathy, giving students a voice and fostering a supportive community. Embracing these strategies can create a more engaging and inclusive and holistic educational experience. A collaborative approach is crucial for success. Teachers, parents, and support staff need to collaborate and share consistent strategies to promote both learning and well-being. Holding regular progress meetings helps to keep everyone on the same page, and maintaining confidentiality is essential to building trust among all parties involved. Effective communication methods might include scheduled meetings, frequent email updates, and shared access to learning platforms, ensuring that everyone, Jamie included, feels informed and supported. Recognise the importance for implementing our interventions in a gradual manner will enhance Jamie's learnings. Step 1 involves gradually introducing these strategies, allowing for a smooth transition and better integration into daily practices. Next, we prioritise professional learning opportunities to provide our educators with necessary resources, ensuring everyone is on the same page. To assess our progress, ongoing monitoring through checklists, observations, and value feedback from parents will be essential in measuring success. Engaging in review meetings every 4 to 6 weeks to refine strategies, ensuring that we stay aligned with goals. And finally, focusing on adjusting and sustaining the successful strategies, identifying and creating long-term impact on learning outcomes. Jamie's leadership in this process is pivotal as we all work together towards a bigger future. To emphasise the importance of a structured and adaptable approach in supporting Jamie's educational journey, the plan will begin with explicit teaching methods and gradually introduce peer and digital tools, ensuring continuous progress monitoring through teacher observations and family feedback. Jamie's case illustrates the complex interplay between developmental timing, motivation, self-efficiency, and social belonging. Research shows that early puberty can increase vulnerability to victimization, especially given Jamie's strong commitment to sustainability, which sets him apart. To address these challenges, we must use strength-based, scaffolded, and inclusive methods. Explicit instructions will build mastery and confidence, while inquiry-based tasks related to sustainability foster engagement and promote a deeper understanding of the subject matter. Cooperative learning will enhance social skills and a sense of belonging, and integrating social and emotional learning practices will foster empathy and resilience. Collaboration among parents, teachers, and peers is crucial in creating a supportive environment that celebrates progress. In summary, Jamie's challenges are growth opportunities. Through these inclusive strategies and partnerships, can transform disengagement into motivation, exclusion into inclusion, and vulnerability into resilience.